Hey, what's up, and welcome to another fine edition of the Horror Debate. My name is Jeff Rowdy Jake here, and with me is Michael Mandy.
And this week we're going to be reviewing Saw 3. Came out in 2006, directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, and he also directed Saw 2. So it was very nice to have some consistency. I always hate it in sequels when they're all directed by different people. So this one actually seemed more like a continuation of the first film.
We're treading into dangerous ground here, Mike. Okay, we're treading into the 3. Okay,
the trilogy.
Now, can you tell me the last 3 that meant anything to a series?
Well, I wouldn't really call the James Bond films 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way up to 20. Those are
completely different films.
Yeah.
We're talking about a series of films like Superman 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Oh, Superman 3 was horrible.
Okay, but what I'm saying is we're going into almost uncharted territory here.
Yeah.
You know what
Scream
I mean?
3. What do you think of Scream 3? Everyone thinks that's the worst.
It is. It's the weakest of the series by far.
Star Wars: Return of the Jedi.
You're right. Okay, they're few and far between.
Is that really a part 3, or is it the last chapter of a complete story?
You're right. And again, it's tough when you get to when you actually say a title and then number 3.
Yeah.
They're very few and far between.
Rocky 3 had Mr. T in it.
Rocky 3 ruled. Okay,
I gotcha.
I
got one.
Because of course, Thunderlips whoops Rocky.
The ultimate
into
male.
shape, okay, that's all. That's the whole reason that movie ruled. Okay, all right. But beyond that,
okay, we're here to review Saw 3, people.
Drop the plot on us, Mike.
Basically, there's this psycho guy, Jigsaw, who's dying of cancer, and so he puts these people through these horrible tests because he feels they don't really appreciate the nice things they have in life, basically their life. So he wants them to appreciate life. So he's kind of like giving them a morality lesson.
Well, why does he want them to appreciate life?
Because he's losing it. He's got this like fatal cancer.
That's right.
And each film, he's getting worse and worse off.
And by part 10, I'm sure the guy's going to be in a wheelchair. I'm just guessing here. But anyway, and I'm sure I've said this in the other 2 reviews. The Tobin Bell character again, just off the chain.
Jigsaw, the man who's plotting all these ingenious torture type puzzles.
You gotta figure, how sick are these guys that are thinking up these traps, man?
They're pretty sick.
How sick are these guys? I mean,
these movies would never have been made in the 70s.
You know what?
They wouldn't have been released.
You know what? I just picture Burt Reynolds in the twisty machine. Okay, the one that twists the arms and legs off.
Wow.
Okay, now don't do that to me again. Okay, because Jackie Gleason will be in some other trap. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, but the Amanda character returns once again, and she's great. Mm-hmm. She's great. I mean, she had the haircut.
Shawnee Smith.
She had the haircut of like some wigged out chick, man.
Her hair was so much better in this 3rd film.
Yeah.
The 2nd film, she was like
Chopped
someone
up.
just electrocuted her. It was either that or so. She said, "Put me somewhere between the electric chair and like a porcupine."
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Her hair is much better in this film.
And once again, Donnie Wahlberg returns. I mean, and not to sing you a song. I mean, the guy comes in and does a fantastic, believable job in number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Dina Meyer returns again, which is never a bad thing. Mm-hmm. So this movie, plot-wise, it's pretty much what I expected. It did take some really kind of side roads during the film. I loved the brain surgery while dude was awake. Mm-hmm. This is like stuff that actually happens.
And the little sound effects on his skull.
Well,
that was creepy.
Without the conveniences of modern tools.
Yes.
Okay, she came in trying to save his life, because if he died, her head gets blown off.
Right, she's got this contraption around her neck that it's connected to his life support system. So if he flatlines, the thing goes off.
Right,
so she's got to save him.
Which is a beautiful mechanic.
That's one of the many tests in this film. Another plot device of this film is a father, his child gets killed in an auto accident, and so Jigsaw, out of the goodness of his heart, finds all the people involved in it, the witnesses who didn't say anything, the person who was driving the car, and all these other people who are some way involved in this accident. And he makes this guy go through room after room after room and confront all these people, and he says, you have the power to save them or not save them.
Loved the blended up pigs.
Oh, that was
okay.
gross.
They got the judge, right? He was the judge, right?
It was the judge
attached to the ground. Now picture this, okay?
Tied to the bottom of a giant
swimming pool. Okay, just picture your standard Doughboy swimming pool with the judge locked down with a neck brace to the bottom of the pool.
So he couldn't lift his head up.
He can't lift his head. Okay. Now picture a weed kind of rototiller kind of thing, chopping up all these pigs.
Yeah, like a giant rototiller machine.
Yeah, they're chopping up
dropping
these
these giant pig carcasses in this thing and pureeing these pig carcasses.
And all the juice landing on the judge to the point where the pigs kept coming. I was wondering when they were going to run out of pigs.
Yeah.
They kept coming, and he was about to drown in the pig juice.
Okay, now can you imagine? Here's Jigsaw. He's got his life support system, his iron lung trailing behind him. Going to a meat market. I'd like to buy 28 pig carcasses.
Right, absolutely, just absolutely insane. I got to tell you the honest truth. You know, these films never cease to amaze me as far as what they will think of. You know, how far they are actually going to go with these traps.
Well, and
I love it.
In the second film, they had the trial by fire, so they said, let's go the opposite way on this one. And he walks in, and there's this naked lady in an ice room thing, and this thing is squirting water on her.
That was brutal.
And she was freezing.
That was brutal.
She was pretty in good shape.
She was kind of hot.
Yeah.
I thought of you immediately. I was like, oh, Mike's loving this. Okay, he's loving this because you know the first thing he does.
That took a lot of guts, man.
The first thing that Mike ever does when he sees a hot naked chick is throw ice water on her. Okay, trust me. Okay, and that's what that was happening. I said that's Mike's scene. Anyway, not to give too much away about Mike. Okay, but I gotta say, man, you know, again, this film lives up to what it promises. This is yet another film where I sat down and I was actually shocked at the way it spun the story, different enough from the other two movies to make it feel completely new, yet all the familiar traps, devices.
But you know what? They really weren't familiar traps. In the first two movies,
not
those
traps, not traps
puzzles,
as the actual
okay,
traps.
let's call them puzzles.
The devices.
Devices.
Yes.
Okay, devices. In the first two movies, the devices were more believable. A pit filled with hypodermic needles. Okay, that's in the second film. You know, in the first one, it's just basically a bear trap with a piece of metal stuck on it, and he put the piece of metal in her mouth. So flat, there you go. This one had these elaborate giant things that, we're tied you up, and we surgically put these giant things underneath your rib cage and everything, and now it's going to rip you in half and do the spread out. And it's like, oh, come on. She couldn't have built that in a week.
All right, so I was thinking this too as I was watching.
These
as I was watching Saw 2,
complex.
Actually. As I was watching Saw 2, I think is when it first dawned on me that, you know, these traps are getting a little elaborate, and then as we got to Saw 3, they got way elaborate.
And that pulled me out. I'm going, oh no, come on, you can't build this in your garage.
Who would have built the twisty machine?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was a trip, man. And they actually show, in the special features of the DVD, they actually show these guys putting this thing together. They actually built this thing.
Oh yeah, but
obviously.
But do you believe that the character who's in charge of building these things did that? No, she couldn't have put together.
She ordered it from Sharper Image, man.
Exactly.
It was obvious. Okay?
That's the most complex thing that she could have done was order something online. She couldn't have said, "Oh, I need 8 pounds of this. I'm going to melt it down to make it twist." And she did not have a degree in electrical engineering.
Yes, I would like the twisty pretzel machine. Can I, you know? I mean, I don't know, man. You know, you kind of detach yourself. At least I did.
I need something to split the bones out of a full-grown man.
That was so cool.
Oh, and you saw the bones sticking out. That was gory and painful and everything.
I loved it, man. That was fantastic. And just the frantic trying to get this guy free after the guy basically had committed to burn his son's belongings in effigy to get the key to release the guy who was responsible for killing this child.
Spoiler.
Sorry. You know, that to me, that, you know, being a father and kind of putting yourself in that position, man, that was intense, man. I mean, that was somewhere you'd have to sit there. Mike, put yourself in that position. You know, where you're standing in front of the last effigies of your dead son, you know, and here's the guy right here who was drunk, who ran him over, right? And he's about to die in the most grisly way, and you wanted to get this guy for so long. But you've got to pull the lever to save him.
Or else what? I was kind of actually confused by this film. Because they said, we have the person here. Do you forgive them or not? And it's like, well, wait a second. If you forgive him or not, what's going to happen? Is he going to run and go through these puzzles with you?
Well,
or is he not going to go through these
that's
puzzles?
a very
Is
good
he going to
point.
get rewarded? Okay, you can now go on your.
That's a very good
Thank
point.
you for playing. There's the exit.
I think it was implied.
We'll give you
that-
the Saw home game. Thanks for
No,
participating.
no. He gets a prize package on The Price is Right. Dude.
Exactly.
It's
That's
obvious.
why. So I wasn't sure. If he forgives them, does he get an extra bonus, or does he
No,
not?
I think it was implied that the character, the guy who ran the kid over, I think it was implied that he would be released. Okay, that's what I got out of it. I don't know if that's what you got out of it, but that's what I got out of it.
Okay.
You know, okay. So I don't think they dropped the ball. Maybe they could have explained it more, but
Yeah.
But again, I think they were kind of wanting you to take out of it what you would.
But these devices were just for pure torture.
Yeah.
They weren't okay. Think now. There is a way to get out of here, and it's fairly obvious, but you just can't lose your head. That's what I liked about parts 1 and part 2. These devices were more for cruelty and for punishment.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones were more like a lesson.
I agree. I agree with that.
In the first one, you like to cut yourself?
Yeah.
Crawl through razor wire then. See how you like cutting yourself now. Each one was a moral thing. This was, you were drunk and hit a kid, so now you're going to be twisted into a pretzel?
Well, didn't you dig, though, how the third movie kind of wrapped up everything from the first movie? It kind of...
Oh, yeah. There were still a few plot holes, and they said, okay, let's address them.
Dude, it was Swiss cheese. It wasn't a few plot holes, but it was wrapped up enough that you went, oh, that's what, that's how that went down.
They gave it a connection.
You know?
There still was a good line connecting all three films
and
together.
not only did it wrap it up, but it is somehow in the same breath, it kind of sets you up a little bit for which is the inevitable Saw 4, which we know we're going to get. So, that's not a bad thing.
As long as these things keep making money, they'll keep making them.
I'm still a fan of the Saw series. I don't think this movie dropped the ball nearly as much as what a lot of people did. I'm going to give this one 3 stars, Mike. This one was very effective in certain ways, but you're right. How is this chick, of the Amanda character, how is she going to put these things together? That was a little...
Yeah, how's she going to build these and design these? Meanwhile, there's Jigsaw laying down there in an iron lung, basically.
Yeah.
And wasn't it convenient that whenever Amanda started to freak out, he would wait, Amanda, calm down.
Well, that's when
like, oh, come on.
But he was about the integrity of the game.
Yes, but I mean, he was not conscious until he needed to be conscious.
Right.
Oh, we lost him. He's going to be under
I'm not
for...
conscious until I need to be conscious in the morning, dude. I mean, if it wasn't for work, where would I be? I'd be in bed, right? So then I'm just feeling Jigsaw out here, I'm feeling what he's feeling, but there was certainly some squirmy scenes in this movie, and eventually the blow your head off collar does come into play, and there's the after effects shot of that, which I thought was absolutely brutal and brilliant all at the same time. There's just a lot to like here, Mike. I mean, for a number 3 movie, which in my mind going in was like, oh, this is gonna suck. It didn't. It really didn't. I thought it's easily a 3-star movie.
Okay, I'll give it a 2-star film.
Okay.
Just because, like I said, it really, like I said, how can I explain it? It was more like I want to punish people. There's no way out. It wasn't clever. It wasn't a clever film like the first.
This is not Silent Night, Deadly Night, dude. Come on now.
That wasn't clever. Man. No, I liked the first 2 of the films. This third one, like I said, Amanda can't build all these things. Come on, people. These are Hollywood guys.
You didn't see, she had the Unique Whips crew in the back, and they'd come out and they would put the dubs on these machines.
And like I said, and then also the main gist of the film was this guy walking from room to room to room to room, and it's like, well, wait a second. You give him these options. What's he supposed to do with them? If he takes this, what happens? If he takes that, what happens?
Yeah.
They never really made that clear.
I don't think it needs to be spelled out for you, though, man. I honestly, this movie worked regardless of that fact. I think it was implied, like I said, that if you choose that you're not going to burn the kid's stuff, we're not going to twist the dude. Okay, he's going to go free. That's what I got out of it, okay? Mm-hmm. I don't think it was said.
But I mean, what's going to happen? Is Vanna White going to come out from behind a curtain and escort him outside? Or is he going to say
Vanna White?
Yeah. dude, you know, is he gonna go, dude? No, hey, I'm stuck up here in this twisty. Can you let me out now?
Well,
I'll come with you. I'll help you.
Somebody
you know,
would have obviously let the dude out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This film I just thought was filled with this was more Swiss cheese than part one.
More of a stretch. I do agree with that, and that's why I got 3 instead of 4. But I think it's better than a 2, Mike. I mean, what else did we rate a 2? I mean, you're talking about some god awful Monster Dog. I think you gave it 2.
I liked Monster Dog.
I think you gave it 2 to Monster Dog, and you're giving Saw 3 the same 2.
I'd rather watch Monster Dog.
Oh well, that makes you
Alice Cooper.
Okay. Well, we're gonna disagree on this one, man.
All right.
That's all there is to it.
I'm Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy. Jeff. We'll talk to you next week at the Horror Debate.